terrific evening. Look at the before we get our starters for the Knicks. Barrett and Randall are in the forward position. Trier out there with Payton, and it's Robinson in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at center. And Gordon Hayward, obviously a tremendous performer. Bill, where do you rank him against other wings in the NBA now?
Probably one of the best all-around wings, I would say. And I think it's pretty easy to forget that there's a reason the Celtics are paying this guy almost $30 million a year. He was one of the top 15 players in the league. He was a borderline franchise player on a top 8 playoff team. And he's just really good, and he's efficient. So when you
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Here's Robinson, and finished off by Robinson.
And that's an aggressive move to the hoop, and a great pass there to cap it off.
Yeah, that's something these guys are always perfecting. Beautiful loft on the assist.
Here's Walker. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it does.
Oh!
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Hayward outside. Back to Walker. Over Payton. Walker's shot is off. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there. You're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make case for LeBron and the way things are now.
What about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about.
Oh yeah.
My goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Brown right side. A 3-ball. Robinson pulls it in. Knicks trailed by 5. Trier passes to Robinson. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should be?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you. You have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Celtics making a switch here.
Or Smart, how he performed last season. He was around 9 points per last year, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. Not his best production, and I expect him to break through and get back on track soon.
I think he's been pressing a little bit too much, Greg. He just needs to relax and let the game come to him.
Here's Ntilikina. Excellent D from Cantor.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got 5 now. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book that
great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. And the Celtics making a change here. Williams is checked in. .114 left in the first quarter of the game.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And Wanamaker has it in the corner. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And stolen by Tatum. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Portis kicks to Ntilikina. To stop the drought, passes it to Harkless. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Knicks. That's good from Harkless. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Wanamaker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. And that one goes in. Two from the line that time.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Ntilikina. To the left wing. And here's Bullock from the arc. That one, no good. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He comes away with 11. That relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York looking at who they've got. Reggie Bullock is out there with Knox. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the point guard position. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. I think mixed well with this team. Thank you.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
So you
see
need
your
sneakers,
clothes. Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Gloves.
deals? Where's our
Well,
endorsement
if
deal
they
money?
don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right
I'm
here.
ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Robert Williams. Robinson's checked in for New York. Eric comes in for Wayne Ellington.
Well, Kevin, how about the incredible body control? Defense was super physical. It didn't impede his progress.
Here's Barrett. Tries again. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And finished off by Robinson. Celtics leading by 21. Walker the pass to Poirier. Hayward on the wing. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Barrett, no good.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players were born in a country other than the United States. The talent is that broad all over the globe.
And Giannis was born on another planet. We don't know what planet
He is
was.
otherworldly.
It wasn't Earth. I think he just got dropped from some satellite. Yeah, this all starts with.
I love it too, don't you? I love the fact
do.
we've got players from Latvia and Greece and all over playing.
What's cool about it is they all kind of have distinct identities and quirks, and one of the things that makes somebody like Doncic so much fun to watch is he's not like anybody else. Like, he's close to James Harden, but he's also that step back three that he was taking that he's been making his whole life. Other than Harden, nobody was even really shooting it that way, you know? And I think there's an unselfishness with the European guys that is really useful for the way the American style.
100% agree.
They really, guys move without the ball, give and go, and it's not just like clear out on up.
Yeah.
But you like that he shakes off that rocky first period. They're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Dennis Cantor's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Gordon Hayward. And then for New York, Maurice Harkless is checked in for Julius Randle. Damian Dotson comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Trier in for Payton. There at the pass to Robinson. Over Tice. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Walker with a clean look. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
The jumper from the free throw line is good. Walker's got 5 points so far.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
Here's Harkless. Oh, that's blocked. And there's the foul. We'll go on Mo Harkless. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Boston. Jason Tatum comes in for Marcus Smart. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And entertaining as always, Bill, thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just, I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I
They're
don't want
off
to see
the
that
schedule.
team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial. But not Bill Simmons.
Well, I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
Here's Tice, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
How about Jason Tatum with a little pocket pass in the pick and roll? That's nice.
And it's blocked. Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Robinson. Offensive rebound. Tice. Robinson with the block. And he recovers it. Here's Dotson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Wanamaker, defended by Harkless. 6 on the shot clock. Brown feeling out a bit. The Knicks pull it in. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now you have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Mitchell Robinson.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Made him out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. That's the Boston 5. Tatum kicks to Tice. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Walker, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. It's interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their career.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And Barrett gets it to go.
And, well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
With some art, and Walker finishes inside. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Randall against Tatum, and Randall throws it down.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putdown.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Payton. Barrett's got 5.
We are talking about one of the elite players defensively in the NBA, Elfrid Payton, making plays right now.
And so Boston again turning it over. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. The Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll
translated to the success many thought they would have. The vast majority of experts predicted that the Celtics would be in the NBA Finals. They were unequivocally, I think, the most disappointing team in the league. They just couldn't put the pieces together.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Smart's checked in for the Celtics. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Down low. It's deflected. 5 to shoot. Portis against Brown. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. Great showing for him last season. 10th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. And Doris, the depth of talent for the Celtics, in the end, it was their undoing.
100% right, Kevin. Too many players were unhappy about their roles. Too many guys felt like they could be doing more and could never adjust. As a group, trying to stay upbeat and connected with that amount of talent proves something the Celtics were incapable of doing. It draws more attention to the Warriors' sustained success. Their ability to make all that talent work was impressive.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Pass to to Fourier. Outside Williams. Pass to Smart. Good. A nice assist for Williams. 8 points for Marcus Smart.
I'll tell you have to appreciate the confidence of Marcus Smart. At point-blank range, he is an efficient scorer.
Here's Knox over Brown. And he can't bank that one in. Celtics leading by 23. Inside, here's Smart. It's rebounded by Portis.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Knox the pass to Portis. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Portis has got his first points of the game.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shots.
This guy plays with a passion that maybe isn't for everyone, but boy, it does spark his teams.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Brad Wanamaker comes in for Kemba Walker. And then for New York, Harkless is checked in for Randall. And Damian Dotson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Shots good by Williams.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
There's Portis, and he lays it straight in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Celtics leading by 21. 1:36 left to play in the third. Williams up on top. Outside, Smart. Shot clock at 6. His three-pointers off the mark. For New York, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Knox the pass to Portis. And it's off from three-point range.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity. Left to play in the third. There's the pass to Wanamaker. Here the step back. Chalk up 2 there. Wanamaker's got his second bucket tonight. You know, execute the turnaround as well as he did there, and there's not much a defense can do about it. Just have to hope the shot's not falling.
Knox the pass to Harkless. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Williams. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Jaylen Brown.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hayward. Misses off the right iron. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Knox misses. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the third quarter.
Pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And New York looking at who they've got. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. Robinson is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Trier in at the 1. Tice with the ball. Robinson on him. And here is Green. Shoots over Bullock. Oh, yes, the turnaround. New York shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Trier uses the glass to finish the layup. Celtics leading by 23. Here's Wanamaker. Now that one from Ojale.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the fouls. You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Count it.
Guys, this guy is a natural-born scorer. Jason Tatum finding his groove.
Payton attacking. Wants to get it to Robinson, and does.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. The Knicks also changing it up. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Taj Gibson. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Reggie Bull. The kick out to Tatum. Passes to Walker. Clock at 6. Shot from 12. And he hits the jump shot. Walker's got 9 points here in the second half.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
And Randall throws it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Payton against Walker. Now here's Tatum. Guarded closely. For New York, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th. Going 6 for 7. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Both teams deciding to change it up. .149 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Ellington finds Gibson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Gibson's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, Taj Gibson unafraid in the face of contact. How tough is this guy?
Now here's Walker. Tight defense on him. Past D'Ogele. Here's Poirier. Outside, Walker. Shot clock at 6. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. Boston making a switch here. Wanamaker's checked in. Maurice Harkless is checked in for the Knicks. Taken away by Williams. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's his first foul. Payton, he's checked in for Trier. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Poirier passes to Wanamaker. Second chance effort and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw.
Well, you knew the Knicks were going to try and make a huge splash over the summer in free agency.
But you know this, Greg. Sometimes you swing hard at the pitch and you miss. And that's one of the problems of putting all your eggs in the free agency basket.
And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And Green slams it in.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Payton outside. Here's Knox. 6 to shoot to the inside. Harkless dishes to Payton. And they get it. And the layup is good.
Well, that's really good strength on that finish by Elfrid Payton. Nice job to embrace the contact.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.